The time I was nearly kicked out of high school for money laundering and running 3 separate. FYI, I'm in the UK. It started when I, M15/16 at the time, noticed other kids in school selling and buying drinks and sweets. Now we all know about these young entrepreneurs. As a young and autistic weirdo, I was always doing stupid and idiotic shit to pass the time between morning and home time as a kid in school. I thought to myself, what else can I sell instead of drinks/sweets? As there were already 6 kids doing the same, I decided to start my first out of 3 business ventures. I realized as of recently school dinners had taken a new healthy direction. No more ice cream. No fizzy drinks. And no more donuts, sad face. I realized these kids wanted their daily intake of fast food and no one was giving it them. I decided I would be the fast food equivalent of Robin Hood and take orders for the poor souls and jump the back fence run to the chippy and shops for anyone willing to pay, with a premium payment of course. In the pinnacle of profit for this little dinner time cash making, I made £40 profit, and that's daily. It got to the point I had to cut other friends into the hustle as I couldn't carry the whole lot back in one go. After firmly starting my first business, I started to think I had a knack for running hustles. Shortly after starting my business, I started getting food for teachers too, only for like 3, but still a feat of itself. Now to my second business. Not long after the school changed the uniform tie style. They made them look bland and boring. A week after they changed them, I was in a detention. I started picking at my bland tie stings. I realized if I was careful I could create a cool-looking pattern on my tie by removing some strands. I could make checkers, stripes, and other really cool designs. Then suddenly it hit me. What if I offered to customize kids' boring ties for money? I knew no one would pay me if I just started talking about how cool it was though. I needed advertisement. I noticed one of the cool guys who everyone liked. I showed him my cool design and offered to do his for free. The next day everyone saw the cool guy with a new and cool tie. A flood of guys and girls came to me asking for the same thing. That's when I pulled up the menu. Basic stripes £3, checkers £6, and custom personalized for £10. I need to take your tie home with me for a night. I made over £450 in a month. However, some people tried copying my hustle and fucked up people's ties, leaving strands hanging out looking terrible. This is important later. My last business is the one that primarily led to me being accused of money laundering, I believe. After my past business ventures, I became very known to many students. Now some schools in Britain have a point system for good behavior. Good for the day? 20V, ours was called Vivos. Now I wanted to create my own currency. I realized I would have to convince students my made-up currency was worth something. So I spent £15 on 5 lighters for £1 packs. I already created a group around me during dinner time for food orders, so I explained that everyone started out with 100 GBP, good boy points. The inside joke was it abbreviated to GBP like Great British Pounds. I told them 100 GBP could buy them a lighter. Obviously everyone cashed them in instantly. But that cemented the understanding that my currency had real-world value. Over a week I had 1/3 of the students doing whatever I told them if I offered them some of my made-up currency. I even accidentally created a gang known as the Ginger Jumpers after making a joke remark about how funny a group would be if it existed. I had pictures sent to me later that day of a poor ginger kid being dangled over a large drop off a balcony. I even had to officially disband the group the next day. I also shortly ran a fight club with bets being placed on winners. These dumbasses would literally do anything I told them to do. Now one day I get pulled into a meeting. The headmaster is here with multiple other teachers. A pile of destroyed ties fills a whole corner of the room. My copycat tie hustlers had done such a bad job that the school decided to confiscate everyone's ties. And because I originally started the idea, I was the scapegoat. This is when the school's higher-ups got wind of my extensive business ventures. And with all the money and power over the students I had along with the partial knowledge they had on my currency, they came to the conclusion I had been funneling illegal activity profit through the school with my business, as there's no way you made that much money. Apparently I lacked the mental knowledge to achieve this. After pointing out the total lack of evidence, they couldn't take it further. Sadly, with my business exposed, I had to shut down. Overall, I made an estimated £1,600 in 6/8 months. But as a 15-16-year-old, it was a lot. And I had fun doing it. I have many other stories and adventures from my crazy high school days, from teachers having affairs with each other resulting in pregnancy, a lost girl who was literally never heard from again with me being the last to see her, a lad being stabbed to death with nationwide coverage, to getting revenge on an evil teacher by getting him fired because he didn't like me and singled me out for being autistic, and to be fair, annoying AF.